ECC season number 9, Division 3 Grand Final. It's all up for grabs between FONECKS Inferno and Incendia Inferno. Seed number 2 against seed number 4. It's all on the line between one of these teams. Well, we see, of course, a really good run from Incendia Inferno in the lower bracket. Well, we see FONECKS Inferno with a really good result against Disconnected Esports Lambda in the first series of today. I'm not joined alone because I'm joined by Herbie. Welcome.
Yeah, good to be here. This is a final in which both teams have certainly earned their place in it today. FONECKS Inferno upsetting the number 1 seeds, and then Incendia Inferno, their win over All Unified took them into the lower bracket final, and then they took down Disconnected in 5 games as well. The top seeds not represented in this final, and another 4th seed that has made that run from the lower bracket into the grand final itself. Can Incendia go one better than FC Netney yesterday and take down this FONECKS Inferno roster?
Yeah, we have to see Incendia Inferno, quite dominantly over Disconnected Esports Lambda in the last series we've just seen. They look really strong, honestly. They have a lot of momentum coming into this series, won 2 games in a row. And for FONECKS Inferno, we see them, of course, being seed number 2, but they had quite a long break between their first series and this grand final. So it's going to be interesting to see how much impact that break is going to have on this seed number 2, on FONECKS Inferno. We actually will be seeing the Weevil starting in this series, which is, by far their lowest MMR player. Of course, usually it has been, Pichu playing in the roster. We've seen him playing in the first series of today as well, if I believe so. But in this series, it will be the Weevil playing. It will be him playing alongside Waffle and Cool. So that's going to be really interesting to see how he's going to be, playing in the roster against a, in-form Incendia Inferno. An Incendia Inferno in form, it is a team to watch out for, honestly. Sorry, everyone, for the delay, but I do believe we can finally get things started here in the Division number 3 Grand Final. Of course, like I mentioned, Waffle, the Weevil, and Cool in FONECKS Inferno in the blue, and DC, Vexel, and Zendem in the orange for Incendia Inferno. Herbie, take it away.
And so Weevil is in the FONECKS Inferno roster, at least to start the series. I believe their agreement was to keep him in until they lost the game, and they do have that game advantage, of course, carrying over from the winners bracket final victory over Disconnected Esports Lambda. So it will be interesting to see how that affects them tactically, of course. Weevil is going to be looking for those bumps, as he tends to do. That was the first attempt at it, and it could actually play into the hands of FONECKS Inferno a little bit, because it's something that Incendia Inferno, they're trying to play at peak form in these last couple of series, eliminating All Unified and taking down Disconnected as well. But Weevil is going to present them with something entirely different than what they've faced so far. Not necessarily better or worse, but certainly different.
Yeah, most definitely. Waffle now with the shot, first shot of the game pretty much, as we now see Vexel on the sidewall trying to clear it away. Waffle challenging merely. Of course, we have seen Incendia Inferno, quite a lot of double commits came out of their last series, but they were lucky because the opponents also did the same. The one guy that is going for a lot of demos here for the FONECKS Inferno side is, of course, the Weevil. Well, maybe you're not quite, good mechanically, but then at least you can go for a lot of demos. We have seen him, stating that on Twitter. The Weevil with the clear shot here, though, but couldn't quite get it on target. So now see Waffle with a pass, it looked like to the Weevil. Weevil going into the goal, trying to demo one of his opponents. Cool now trying to go for the shot. 1.5 minute passed. It is a scoreless game so far, but we have seen FONECKS Inferno with the most pressure of this game so far.
Yeah, and if Waffle and Cool can provide the necessary support and put those balls into the middle, Weevil is going to find himself presented with opportunities to score, as he did just a few seconds ago. You put yourselves into that kind of position, sometimes the ball's going to drop for you. As it is now, though, it's Incendia Inferno trying to kickstart on a counter-attack from their own half. Zandem will float the ball towards the net. Waffle is going to have no trouble clearing that way, though. Plenty of space opening up down the left side. DC went up for the interception but missed on the attacking point. Vexel to chase the ball down all the way into the far corner, as both of these teams are still looking for the first goal of this Division 3 final. We're almost at the halfway point of Game 1, and there hasn't really been any sustained offensive pressure from either side.
The Weevil with the demo in the goal. Zendem did not expect this. Cool with the open net because of the demo. Great demo as FONECKS Inferno will be the first to score in this Division 4 Grand Final. Something to note down, which is actually not on the overlay. Well, it is on overlay, sorry. It is a 1-game lead for FONECKS ONFIRNO already, even though this is the first game being played here in this series. Of course, that's because FONECKS ONFIRNO came in this series out of the winners bracket, while Incendia Inferno came in this grand final, coming out of the losers bracket. It's already a 1-game lead and also 1-goal lead in this game. Waffle needs to get it out, gets a save. Now it bounces off the side with DC with the pass to Velxit. Can't really do much with that as the ball bounces back. DC with the shot though, who can get it out. See, send them in the corner, try to get it there. 40 boost to work with, couldn't quite get any power behind that. Bounces off the sidewall. DC goes for the ball, beats Cool to that. The Weaver needs to get it out. He does indeed off the sidewall. A little bit of late challenge there from the FONECKS ONFIRNO player, but it will not result into a goal for Incendia Inferno. Ball bounced into the middle. Another demo from the Weaver on DC. Vexel now. A little bit of time to work with. Not a lot of boost to work with though. It just goes into the air, but has no boost to follow that touch up. Send them waiting in the back. Has no boost to work with. While in the back, I have to say in front. I see Waffle off the backboard, clears it out. No one there to follow it up from FONECKS ONFIRNO. Cool needs to get it out. He does indeed so. Send them a little bit time to work with. Tries to get the ball into the middle of the backboard. Cool will be there. So is Waffle, but will be Cool clearing the ball away. Now, we haven't really seen much offense from FONECKS ONFIRNO. Usually they have been stuck in defense for the last 2-3 minutes after their first goal, but nonetheless they still have the 1-goal lead, and Incendia Inferno struggling to get past the defense of FONECKS ONFIRNO.
Well, Incendia Inferno have got to find themselves a goal, or they could end up being 2-0 down in this series. That game advantage really gives FONECKS ONFIRNO the onus in terms of the momentum of the series. Waffle now trying to carve his way past the defenders and might do just that, but he hits the post. Huge opportunity there for FONECKS ONFIRNO. Cool is there for the rebound, and that will make it 2-0 with 52 seconds to go. A big goal for FONECKS ONFIRNO. The Weevil not involved this time, but Waffle and Cool get the job done.
Yeah, definitely. That is also something that we expected to see. Cool and Waffle banging in those goals, while Weevo is just pushing for those demos. Well, this time it wasn't a demo involved in this play, no Weevo involved either, but it will be Waffle and Cool finishing it off, getting the second goal for FONECKS ONFIRNO. And it's technically game number 2, where game number 1, of course, has been going to FONECKS ONFIRNO coming in this grand final out of the winners bracket. But we see actually 1 goal here for Incendia Inferno. Not really sure what happened there. No real defender from FONECKS ONFIRNO being there to challenge the ball. And Incendia Inferno trying to come back in this game number 2. 41 seconds to go. They're only 1 goal down now.
Well, still plenty of time left to at least score 1 more, but FONECKS ONFIRNO will do their best to prevent that from happening. There is a loose ball in midfield. The race to it is won by Waffle. Only DC back to defend that. Waffle goes for the dunk. Weevil is in position on the far post, but can't get the shot away. Cool is going to fire one in instead. Weevil looks for the bump in front. Now it's a 2-on-1 in the opposite direction for Incendia Inferno. This is a great opportunity if Vexel's pass is a good one, but it is just beyond the fellow attacker. Was going to try and drag the ball over the top, but it's another crossbar hit. Waffle's there for the rebound, and that does make it 3-1 with 12 seconds to go. That should be it in this game too.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see where Waffle and Cool are just, the stand-up players here on the pitch of the 6 players. Waffle and Cool will just get a job done for the FONECKS ONFIRNO side. An air dribble from Cool and Waffle there for the rebound after it bounced off the crossbar. Unlucky the ball just didn't go in first time after the great air dribble of Cool, but nonetheless still a goal rewarded here for FONECKS ONFIRNO taking this game as well. So yeah, quite dominant game I would say for FONECKS ONFIRNO. Not a lot of offense seen from them. But the offense that was from them, it was still enough to get them the victory here in game number 2. A 2-game lead then for FONECKS ONFIRNO and Incendia Inferno. Already a lot of effort has to be done in this grand final to still get back into this series.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for this current FONECKS ONFIRNO roster composition, of course, Weevil is going to cause some trouble in the offensive half, but that means that there's plenty of room down those wings to try and exploit Waffle and Cool on the counter-attack. And Incendia Inferno didn't really do that. I have to say, FONECKS ONFIRNO controlled possession for a majority of the game, and it didn't even look like they were playing what is effectively 2v3 at the back. They looked comfortable, Waffle and Cool, between them. They were rarely challenged. The 5 saves that they made were not really genuine sights at goal. So Incendia Inferno, they've got to try and change things up offensively. Maybe even look for demos of their own when they're coming forwards due to the odd man scenarios.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Vexel, honestly, in the last series, going for a lot of demos in the first couple of games of that series. So maybe that would help for the Incendia Inferno side to create some space. Of course, if you can knock down Ku and Waffle on the pitch, then, well, of course, a lot of space becomes free. Well, Incendia Inferno will need to try to do that. FONECKS is the man to do that, of course, for Incendia Inferno. Has been going for a lot of demos already in the earlier series. In this series, we need to see the same from him, probably, because game 1, well, technically game number 2, didn't really go their way. A 3-1 victory for FONECKS Inferno after that game number 2. Now here they are a 2-game lead for FONECKS Inferno. Second seed, of course, here against seed number 4. But we have got things kicked off here in game number 3. Weevil leads to his teammates. Ku will just get it off the sidewall. You see both Waffle and Ku being there in position. DC will get it clear out. Tries to take control of this one. Pops it up. Maybe can get a second hit. Waits a little bit, delays it. Weevil a little bit late with the challenge. Ku needs to get it out. He does indeed. Gets a challenge to the right side. We see Xandom being disconnected, it looks like, as we now see probably a restart to this game. We do see another disconnect from Xandom. So we have to be sorry, but we need to restart this game number 3. Still, of course, a 2-game lead for FONECKS Inferno, but game number 3 didn't go quite as planned, as we need to see a restart of this game number 3. Incendia Inferno had a disconnect there. Xandom, the one to be the unlucky one here. But, well, of course, Herbie, game number 2, it went quite dominantly to FONECKS Inferno. So what really does Incendia Inferno need to change? Is it those demos that will help, or will it just be something else that gets them the victory over this seed number 2?
I think they need to go more direct than they're currently doing. They generated a few shots on target, but it's really not enough when you have all that space to work in down the channels, and there's plenty of opportunities to shoot. And this is a team that has already won 2 best-of-7s tonight. They should be able to continue to generate offense at the rate in which they did against Disconnected Esports Lambda. The opportunities are there for them, but I just get the sense that perhaps these disconnects and the delay to the kickoff has maybe distracted them a little bit. FONECKS Inferno don't really look too phased by it. I think they've turned up and simply played their Rocket League, and perhaps that's an advantage of them having already had to wait 2.5 odd hours between their match and the kickoff of this match. I mean, what's 15 minutes more for them, as opposed to Incendia Inferno, who could have done with starting this final on time and attempted to ride their momentum from the lower bracket final into the next series. They haven't been able to do that, and they find themselves 2-0 down in this series as a result.
Yeah, definitely a 2-game lead for FONECKS Inferno, a mountain to climb almost for Incendia Inferno to come back into this grand final. That game number 2 just looked very dominant by FONECKS Inferno, you know, having the most possession, having the most shots as well, having the most control of the game. And you know, we could say that Waffle and Ku can be seen as, you know, higher div players. We have seen them playing in higher divisions as well. You of course also see the Weevil playing their rosters. So in the end, it should be fairly balanced between these both sides. But now we are finally seeing game number 3 going on their way, with Xandom actually joined this lobby. Incendia Inferno with the full stack roster against FONECKS Inferno, of course also a full stack roster. So yeah, FONECKS Inferno, a decent game from them. Yeah, and Incendia Inferno, much to, you know, look forward to. We really need to see more from this side if they really want to make a chance of beating FONECKS Inferno. You don't want to get 3 games down, because then it's gonna be really hard to come back. And DC, he knows that. Incendia Inferno, early start from them in this game 3, 18 seconds in. Incendia Inferno are trying to come back in this grand final.
Yeah, piling the pressure on those 2 defenders there is exactly what I talked about for Incendia Inferno, what they needed to do. And they steal the ball off the Cool in the corner there and put in a solid pass into the centre. 1-0 to Incendia Inferno. They may even look to expand upon their lead quickly. Things could get out of hand quite rapidly for FONECKS Inferno. If they go behind by multiple goals, they're going to find it difficult to come back from that in their situation. And it is going to be 2-0, 33 seconds in. First goal of the game for Vexel, and Incendia Inferno are rocking the start to this game.
Great start here for Incendia Inferno. Where was this in the last game, where we've just seen them pretty much, you know, stayed back a little bit? Now, FONECKS Inferno didn't really have a chance in this game so far. Kuma and Waffle being silent in this game, as the Weevil as well. So 30 seconds in, should you see another chance coming out here for Incendia Inferno. Big clear by Ku. Tries to go to Waffle, but DC bumps Waffle, so Waffle needs to wait a little bit. Still beats his opponent though. DC has a free clear now. Zandem, there's a chance here to make something out of this. Maybe the third goal within 1 minute. Demo coming in from DC on Cool. Now see players rotating back. Waffle still goes with it. Has no boost though. Can't really get any contact with the ball. Cool goes up for that as well. Looks like a free clear here for Vexil, as he tries to find his teammates. Zandem in the corner. Zandem still pops it up into the middle. A miss there from Cool in the goal. I see Waffle off the ceiling. What can he do with this? Maybe tries to go for a pinch. Now it will be Vexil taking the ball away. DC now maybe with a shot. Cool will just clear it away. After those 2 goals, we have seen Incendia and Inferno still pushing for the third goal, trying to create some pressure. No goals being scored after, but a decent leader for Incendia and Inferno. 1.5 minutes in this game number 3.
Well, it has settled down a little bit since the second goal for Incendia Inferno, and I think that suits FONECKS Inferno perhaps a little bit. That certainly won't. It is the third goal for Incendia. Lovely pass over the top from DC, followed up by Zandem, and they continue to run straight down the middle as Vexil finishes it off. Solid team play, a 3-goal advantage now that's going to be difficult for FONECKS Inferno to overturn. This could well be the game where their current lineup comes unstuck and they have to bring Pichu in. But there's still time on the clock for them, 3 minutes and 20. We know the quality that Waffle and Cool have when they bring the ball forwards, but they're going to have to show it sooner rather than later if they want this 3-0 lead in the series. DC goes up for this clear, Zandem is going to get the touch on it. Weevil is in behind looking for bumps, but not having any luck. Incendia Inferno punt the ball into acres of space down the left wing, but Vexil has missed his centering attempt.
I really do think that, well, Incendia Inferno, they need to keep searching for the space, because technically you're just playing a 2v3 game, honestly, with a Weevil for FONECKS Inferno, probably just having Balkan off, looking for all the demos, and well, he's not really being involved in any plays as of yet. And also he's got 4 points, while Waffle with 80 points and Cool with 120 points, well, dominantly pushing him off the scoreboard for his side. Zandem here trying to create something for Incendia Inferno. Off the sidewall here, gets into the middle. DC going for the shot off the backboard, it looks like. Cool, we'll just clear it away for now. Waffle gets a follow-up touch, but it's now just floating in the air. No one really going for that. Waffle also missing the ball there. Vexil will get it in the end. He now tries, well, Waffle and Weevil both going for the same ball. Send them off the backboard into the corner. DC gets bumped, can still get a hit here, probably a goal as well. Now make it an assist, and Zandem will get the goal. The 4th for Incendia Inferno, and FONECKS Inferno. No shot created in the 3 minutes of gameplay. This is a complete other game that we've seen in game number 2.
Yeah, dominant performance now from Incendia Inferno. 4 goals to the good, yet to concede at the other end, yet to even concede a shot on target at the other end, in fact. Perfect response from them. I wonder how much that's had to do with the disconnect, perhaps, given them a little bit of an opportunity to perhaps recompose themselves, and looking very good with 2 minutes to go in this game 3 of the series. Weevil trying to create something now down the right wing, does drag the ball in field, looked for the extra touch but nothing doing on that occasion. It's Cool's turn to take over. Waffle is there in front of the net and will get a shot on target, but Zandem was there at the source of the play to make the block.
Of course, up still for Incendia Inferno. A demo coming out from DC on Cool. An open net for a little bit, but Waffle will still get it away from his own net. Into the corner, still into the middle though. DC going for yet another shot. An attempt is made here, but will just be cleared away by FONECKS Inferno. Vexil here with the pass to his teammate. Waffle did not expect that. Zandem is coming straight from the back of his own, from the play. And Incendia Inferno 5 up in this game. And FONECKS Inferno only 1 shot created all game long. It's definitely not the game FONECKS Inferno would have hoped for.
Well, even if Weevil does come out for Pichu after this game for FONECKS Inferno, it's good on Incendia to try and run up the score in this one and try and just have a mental impact on FONECKS Inferno, the remaining players in the lobby, to go into the next game and feel perhaps a little bit disgruntled with how they've managed this one. After the successes that they had in the first game played in the series, it would have proved that they had the potential to get forwards offensively, but they've not shown it in this game of the series. Incendia Inferno have come back at them and they've had no answer to it. Waffle is now going to pinch the ball forwards on the counter-attack. It's a 2-on-1. Waffle and Cool are both in front of the net. Waffle just overshot it a little bit there on the far side. Cool will cut back in, but Incendia will get possession back there. If not for the demo attempt by Weevil, Vexil will still continue to bring the ball forwards. But it looks like this game is sort of petering out to its conclusion now. A 5-goal lead still. The comeback isn't going to happen, and I think the players are already looking to the next game.
Now from the wall, goes for the edge dribble, gets a flick into the edge dribble. Actually, Cool tries to follow it up, but can't really get it. You can really see, Cool and Waffle being the more mechanically players on this side, but with a player like Weevil who just goes for demos, it's are really working out for them. 5-goal lead for Incendio Inferno. Now Waffle into the corner, gets a good pinch. Tandem gets the ball out for now off the sidewall. But yeah, like you said, it's just, waiting until the timer has been set to 0 in this game, which is now Incendio Inferno are the winners of this game number 3. Coming back into this grand final quite convincingly, a 5-goal win here by Incendio Inferno. 2 goals for Zandem, 2 goals for Vexfield, and 1 goal for DC. As you now see the Weevil leaving this match, I do believe we are seeing Pichu coming into the game for FONECKS Inferno. And now Incendio Inferno have a big task here because they gotta play against Cool, Waffle, and Pichu. Well, that is quite a strong roster. I mean, yes, you can win with 5 goals against Cool, Waffle, and Weevil, but can you do the same against their sub as well? Or, well, rather, maybe they're starting to play a Pichu now coming into the roster for FONECKS Inferno, and that might be the key to success for FONECKS Inferno here.
Yeah, the tactical change has been made. Pichu has come in, and Incendio Inferno will now have a completely different proposition to deal with on the part of FONECKS Inferno, and perhaps the pivotal moment of this series will turn out to be the game that FONECKS won with Cool, Waffle, and Weevil as their lineup to take the 2-0 lead in this series. They've now made the change. Weevil has exited after a game defeat, but FONECKS Inferno still have the overall 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, the 2-1 advantage here for FONECKS Inferno. So yeah, Incendio Inferno, a big task still to get this grand final on their end. And of course, FONECKS Inferno, if they win this game, they will be going into match point in this best of 7 series. Now they have their sub, which is probably, well, not even probably, which is by far better than their starting player Weevil. Well, definitely they have a bigger chance of getting a better result than in game number 3. Waffle here off the back wall. Pichu is there. All super sub coming in 5 seconds in, and he scored already more goals than Weevil in the past 2 games.
Absolutely, Pichu gets himself a goal just 5 seconds in. Zandem really needs to do better with that save, but FONECKS Inferno get themselves on the board very quickly at the beginning of game 4. Let's see what happens for them from this next kickoff as well. It's going to be a win for Incendio Inferno, but Waffle is on hands to take possession back. In off the backboard, looking for the extra touch, and Cool is there in front of the net. That was a big chance. Plenty of room there to shoot, and DC is going to lift one towards the opposition net. Waffle will have a stop to make there. Vexel misses on the opportunity to put it central again, and it looks like the pressure is riding up on Incendio Inferno a little bit. I think they're well aware of this roster change and how it's impacted them.
Yeah, I mean, they probably know already, okay, yeah, you're getting less demoed in this game probably. Well, that's probably the only positive outcome here. You don't have the Weevil on the pitch, but you do have a Pichu against you, which is probably more difficult to play against. And of course, like I mentioned, you're getting demoed less, but you got a more mechanical player against you now. And of course, he scored already after 5 seconds in this game number 4. Waffle, 7 boost to work with. Can he do something with this ball off the back? But we see Pichu going up for this, but even though he's using the dominus, which is of course a longer hitbox than his opponent there, he couldn't win the 50. And let's see, Vexil tries to get past one. Pichu is there again. Send him a whiff there. Pichu going for his second goal. No, a great save by DC. Zandem will just be able to clear this one out. Waffle still possession of this ball though, still tries to go for this. He's been going for a lot of air drops already. He ran out of boost. Pichu still getting his second goal of the game, and also his second goal. So it's 2 goals up for FONECKS Inferno. Incendio Inferno, a big task for them to still come back in this game number 4.
So far so good for FONECKS Inferno. The clearance from Incendio there is just not good enough. Pichu steals in to score his second goal of the game already, and only 90 seconds in, but here come Incendio looking for a response to the couple of goals they conceded. Waffle stepped in to make the clear, but Vexel has continued to power through. Double commit there, Zandem comes from behind. Cool will now steal the boost in the corner and tried to centre it, but just whiffed on the ball entirely. Can happen sometimes. FONECKS continue their attack moving forwards as Waffle pinches the ball over to the far corner. Now we'll see what Incendio can do in possession. Vexel and Zandem linking up down the right wing, but they haven't really done anything with it. That is going to be turned straight back over to FONECKS Inferno, and they will take all the possession they can get.
3 minutes to go. 2 goal lead for FONECKS Inferno. That was nearly 3, maybe still here. It is being saved by Vexil, but we have pretty much seen nothing from Incendio Inferno all game long. Maybe now DC going for something, but can't beat Waffle in 1-for-1 situation. Off the backboard though, Waffle needs to get it. He does indeed, as it now bounces towards his own backboard. Pichu, 10 boosts to work with. Can't really go for that. Leaves it for Waffle off to the sidewall. DC can I do with it? Tries to get another touch on this. Who can't quite get the ball into the middle. The ball floats towards the sidewalk. Pichu into the corner. Vexa will get it out for now. See Ku trying to create something here. DC will just clear it out. The double committed by Pichu and Waffle. In the end, Pichu is the one going for the ball. Shoots the ball into the corner. Vexa will get a clear, good read as well from him. Maybe an opportunity here for Insane Inferno, but every time there is a FONECKS Inferno player in the way. Looks like Insane Inferno have the biggest struggle to come out of their half. Maybe now a double commit is happening, leaving the net wide open. Even here, when the third man is going for it, there's a free net. It looked like a great save from Waffle. I think it was Pichu, but in the end, it is still going to be a goal for Incendia Inferno. In the end, a really good try here by Pichu, but Sandem was in the end there to get a rebound shot.
And so it's 2-1 with 1 minute 52 to go in game 4 of this series. And there is an opportunity for Incendia Inferno to get back into it now. Still plenty of time for them to generate something going forwards, but FONECKS Inferno still look very dangerous on the attack themselves. Pichu with both of the goals for them. Incendia trying to go forwards on the counter-attack now. It is Vexel into the far corner. Ran out of boost, but still keeps going. Look to get the ball curved all the way into the centre, and now it's Zandem's responsibility to take over. Pichu is up there to clear from the skies. Waffle helps it on. Pichu continues it forwards, and Cool may even look for the shot, but this is really good link-up play from FONECKS Inferno. Can they turn it into the end product? Waffle off the ceiling. Cool is going to lay it off. Pichu's going in for the shot. It hits the crossbar, rebound falls for Cool, and they can't quite fake out the defender. That would have been something special for FONECKS Inferno, but they don't make it happen. Could there even be an equaliser? It is Sandem, turned against the post by Cool. What a save, keeping it 2-1. Vexel will make a stop at the other end, and Cool finally fires home the rebound, finishing off a spectacular sequence of play, but the 2-goal lead for FONECKS Inferno is restored.
Yeah, this game has started really slow, honestly, but the last minute or so has been really end-to-end gameplay, as we saw Insane Inferno finally coming out of the half, finally started to create some chances after their first goal, but in the end still FONECKS Inferno fighting themselves a goal. But Incendia Inferno, they're not, waiting in the back now. They are going for those goals. They make the second goal off. Both players actually for FONECKS Inferno go for the same kickoff. Cool can't get back in time. And with 55 seconds to go, we see Incendia Inferno still down by 1, but they're going for the equalizer in game number 4.
Oh, that's got to hurt for FONECKS. All that hard work to score the third goal, and suddenly it's 3-2. Could even be 3-3. Incendia is straight back onto the attack. There is a ball sent towards the net. Pichu's going to clear that out. Cool helps it on. All 3 players are pinched over to this far corner. Might be a chance on in the middle. Loose ball in front of the net. Helped on by Cool as far as the halfway line. Zandem doing his best to keep it in. He collects mid-boost. Now might get a favourable bounce from the ceiling. Sends it goalwards. Hits the crossbar. Rebound falls out to the wing where Pichu is going to get this one clear. Doesn't have any boost to work with though. Incendia will come right back at them. DC looking for Zandem. Another save by Waffle. The rebound is scored by DC. With 20 seconds to go, they are level.
Yeah, you're talking about those connection plays from FONECKS Inferno, but here we saw an input pass from Incendia Inferno leading up to this play. A great finish in the end by DC as well. Equalized here in game number 4, and who would have said, as FONECKS Inferno actually played so well at the start of this game, kind of just slowed down after they made those goals. I think even 3 goals, but we actually see our streamer leaving the game. That's something you don't see too often. Probably he's got the glitch, but we see FONECKS Inferno actually bringing this game back. A 4-3 lead here for FONECKS Inferno. You can't see the gameplay, but Incendia Inferno again down by 1. As we still, we are playing in this game. You can't see anything of it. 10 seconds to go. We see FONECKS Inferno with a 1-goal lead. We do see Incendia Inferno trying to push back, as we probably are seeing this game to be ending pretty soon. We still see FONECKS Inferno in the lead, as we now see the ball finally being dropped down. As FONECKS Inferno, they have played pretty well, in this game. They just kind of gave it away in the last few minutes of this game, really. As the ball is still up, by the way, in this game. It might still happen for Incendia Inferno. No, it's finally being dropped down. FONECKS Inferno are the winners of game number 4 going into match point. But we saw a good comeback from Incendia Inferno, but it wasn't enough. FONECKS Inferno straight after the kickoff, which of course you couldn't see, got back into the game, and in the end also FONECKS Inferno, great game from them, honestly.
Well, I think we are waiting for the streamer to restart the lobby, but as you missed it, it was Pichu that scored the game-winning goal for FONECKS Inferno with 13 seconds on the clock. The rebound was kept up in the air from the kickoff, but nothing happened from the 0-second mark. There was no shots on target in the last 13 seconds of the game from Incendiary Inferno to try and tie it up. So it is FONECKS Inferno who moved to match point. They are 3-1 up in this series now and will have 3 bites at the apple to try and win Division 3, and they are deserving of it. Pichu has come in and had a really good game there, filling in for Weevil, taking over, scoring a hat-trick on 8 shots. Good defending from Waffle as well at the other end, plenty of high-quality saves. Incendiary Inferno, for the first time in this series, really came at FONECKS offensively. They registered 12 shots on target, and I'm just concerned that that has come too little too late. I think they needed to be doing that from the beginning when the roster change hadn't been made yet, and now they might have left it too late. They're going to have to win 3 in a row.
Yeah, definitely. They need to win 3 in a row to be able to join or to win this series, to win the grand finals of Division 3. But we finally do see stuff happening here again, as we do have a streamer back in the lobby. We finally have some gameplay for you to cover here in Division number 3. The grand final still here, game number 5 of the FONECKS Inferno. One last game, of course, with the super sub Pichu coming in for the Weevil. Now here, game number 5, kicked off. DC trying to get an early goal. And nonetheless, it will be FONECKS getting an early goal for Incendiary Inferno. Great start for them. That's perfectly what they need here during this match point for FONECKS Inferno.
Yes, a best of 5 reverse sweep, winning 3 games in a row is no easy task. It's good for them that they've at least got an A game win in this series and they don't have to go for the full Hodge reverse sweep best of 7. Very difficult to try and pull off. They are 1-0 up in this game as we pass 20 seconds. Zandem trying to lift the ball in field, looking for Vexel. That might be on target. It's another great save by Waffle. Plenty of those in the last couple of games or so. Incendiary Inferno really applying the pressure, looking to open up a multi-goal lead in the first minute of this one. Zandem looking in field once more. DC will have an opportunity to shoot from distance and went for the layoff instead, I think, but Vexel had to rotate back instead.
Cool off the sidewall, trying to beat his opponents out. Off the sidewall now, Waffle in the corner. What can I do with the ball? Flies over the opposition's goal. In the corner now again. It's really FONECKS Inferno applying the pressure here. Now finally a chance is coming out of it. Pichu trying to create something from that. Was just a little bit too high to get any contact on the ball. Cool missing the ball. Did not have enough boost to go for that ball. Pichu in the end still with a shot off the post, actually. Really good shot from him. Now bounces towards the side wall of FONECKS Inferno. Zandem with the ball, well, towards the middle, I wanted to say, but just all the way goes to the other side. But Vexel, though, great shot from him. His second goal of the game. The second goal for Incendiary Inferno as well. And, well, actually, it's Incendiary Inferno being, in the lead here with 2 goals.
Are we seeing the spurring of a comeback from Incendiary Inferno? So far, so good for them to open up this 2-goal lead, and they're keeping the FONECKS Inferno offense at bay in this one. Just 1 shot on target for FONECKS so far, after the hefty 13 that they put on target in the previous one. 8 from Pichu in that, nothing so far in this one. Zandem will clear it to the halfway line. Pichu is up there early looking for the challenge, but Vexel is on hand to recover possession for Incendia. FONECKS Inferno's rotation is just struggling a little bit at the moment to make these key interceptions. You can see Cool trying to take the ball on from a wide angle there, and there was a huge double commit in the corner. That will allow Vexel the opportunity to strike home a 3rd goal, and FONECKS, they're just a bit out of touch in this game.
A double commit coming out as well from FONECKS Inferno in the own corner. Well, of course, the winner of this grand final will get a free coaching session by one of our sponsors, Valor, but when that coach is going to see this gameplay, well, he's probably, well, most certainly going to point out that double commit in the corner of FONECKS Inferno by the 2 teammates of FONECKS Inferno, actually. 3 goals up here for Incendiary Inferno off the sidewall here. Vexel will try to get it into the middle, but no one really there to follow the ball up from Incendiary Inferno, playing a little bit more passive, which is, of course, you can do that when you're 3 goals up, but you still have half time to play in this game, number 5. I can respect playing a little bit more defensive after you are 3 goals down. Of course, still match point for FONECKS Inferno. The nerves are on Incendiary Inferno. The pressure is all on them. Pichu, though, with the shot, just a little bit wide. We can really see, you know, Pichu trying to get those shots in, those narrowed shots, those angled shots. They're working quite well for them, but what's also working quite well for them is Cool here, getting the first goal for FONECKS Inferno and possibly starting a big comeback in this game number 5.
Yeah, FONECKS Inferno playing Heat Seeker there instead of regular soccer. 3 consecutive shots that I'm pretty sure were all over 100. The goal certainly was, and it is 1 on the board at the very minimum for FONECKS Inferno with 2:19 to go. We know how capable they are of offense. Waffle definitely had a chance to shoot there. DC wasn't even in front of the net, but still FONECKS continue to pile forwards looking for the second. Pressure very much on Incendiary Inferno at the moment. The 3-goal lead is a decent cushion for them, but still with 2 minutes to play, they're going to have to defend well for a sustained period of time. Loose ball in front is tapped on by Vexel, and Zandem will help it forwards. Ball committed very far forwards for the clear there. Is going to steal some corner boost at the other end. Vexel to take it on though, curves infield, does just enough to get the ball back to the halfway line. It is end-to-end stuff here at the moment, but more importantly for Incendia, their 2-goal lead is staying sturdy.
2-goal lead, but it's really the pressure from FONECKS Inferno trying to come back into this game number 5 and, you know, finish this grand final after this game. They still have 2 more goals to make though, but they're the ones with the most pressure right now. Well, right now we can actually see Incendia Inferno with some pressure, almost making it 4 here. Pichu now can't really beat, send him to the ball, can only demo him instead. Vexel now going for the shot, will be a little bit wide, be cleared away as well. Demo coming in from Pichu, a shot coming in from DC is saved by Waffle. 1 minute to go, and we really need to see FONECKS Inferno, you know, creating some more offense here, like they do now. Waffle with the wave, well, potentially a faking his opponent as well with that. 55 seconds to go as we see Pichu rushing towards the ball into the middle. Zandem needs to get it out, he does indeed. Composed defense, Koo, not the best touch, a free touch. Koo still gets the save though. Really good recovery by him. But that could have been for Incendia Inferno. Maybe still here away from Waffle. Koo will clear it away. But you know, it was FONECKS Inferno having a lot of pressure. But now we see Incendia Inferno actually coming back and, you know, creating some offensive pressure still, even being 2 goals up.
But they did fail to add to their lead, and that could come back to bite them if we see something going forwards from FONECKS in the last 20 seconds or so. But they are running out of time now, and still penned back in their own half. Pichu will try and carry the ball forwards, but takes a demo for his troubles. Cool will take over, and it will be Waffle's responsibility now. Cuts past one player, but can't beat the second. This ball's headed towards their own net, and Zandem will put their car on the line there to stop Waffle from getting back. That will be the 4th goal for Incendiary Inferno, and that does get them right back into this series.
It looked like Zandem actually wants to go for the ball. I was like, wait, what are you doing? The ball's already in. Still went for the demo, which was the right decision there. 4 goals for Incendia Inferno with 3-goal lead. And we finally see Incendia Inferno getting some wins again, which looked really, really hard after the last game. Well, of course, the last game was pretty close, but they just, you know, kind of, yeah, they came back really, really well. But in the end, they still lost the game, which probably, you know, hurted their mentality a little bit. But now they're back in this grand final. 4-1 in this game, probably the most dominant game they had so far in this series. So definitely a big win for them, and definitely a lot to prove still from them if they want to take this grand final. But at least this is a good start to a great comeback from them. Of course, we are seeing a 3-2 scoreline in games now on the scoreboard. And FONECKS Inferno, you know, not the best game from them, honestly. Some defensive mistakes and that kind of stuff can happen. But you gotta watch out, because of course, if Incendia Inferno wins the next game, we are going to see a game number 7 here in the grand final, and then it's gonna be all the pressure on FONECKS Inferno. Then it's gonna be Incendia Inferno with some momentum as well. Of course, FONECKS Inferno still in match point and still ready to take the Division 3 grand final.
Well, they are still 1 game win away from doing that. Incendiary Inferno will try and peg them back and force that game 7, as you mentioned. And honestly, it's difficult to tell where this grand final is headed now. I mean, the roster combinations that have happened so far, the head-to-head result between the 2 teams has been 1-1 on both counts. FONECKS Inferno, of course, still holding on to that 1-game advantage that they got from advancing via the winners bracket. But in terms of actual games played at the moment, it's 2-2. So easy to wonder which way this game 6 is going to be headed. Could be either way. Incendiary Inferno will hope that it's headed their way to try and force that game 7. FONECKS Inferno will be aiming to seal the deal in this Division 3 final right here and now and take home the title.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, they're going to try to take the title here. FONECKS Inferno only 1 game away. as we now finally see stuff, happening here in game number 6, I do believe it is. I'm not sure. Game number 6 it is, as we are seeing our guest at this time having a little bit of problems joining back, but I'll just take it by myself for now. 16 seconds in this game number 6. Waffle with the ball into the middle. Cool trying to drop it down. Zandem takes control of this one off to the sidewall. Zandem has the boost to work with. Beats out one still. DC beats out the other opponent. Cool gets bumped, I do believe, but no follow-up there from Incendia Inferno. You would expect someone there to follow it up from the orange side. Double commit coming out of the FONECKS Inferno side as the ball bounces towards the corner now. Cool can clear it out for now. Waffle will try to pop the ball to Cool. Cool, we have seen that connection a lot of times already in this series. Cool to Waffle, Waffle to Cool. As we usually see one of those two on the scoreboard as well. Now we see DC getting the ball out for now. Bounces up Waffle into the corner. Zandem can get the ball past Cool. Pichu, a little bit of trouble reading that ball after Cool also got a touch on that. The ball will still bounce here into the middle. DC needs to get it. He whiffs instead though. Vexel needs to get it now. Cool off to the ceiling. Tries to get another touch on this one. DC will still get a touch here besides Waffle. As DC off to the backboard. A bump here on Waffle as well. Waffle still being back in time to recover from that. There's a little bit of time to work with though. Off to the sidewall here. Zandem will drop it down to one of his teammates possibly. Zandem. It looks a little bit, Incendia Inferno are quite, struggling to remain possession. Maybe now, well, possession was there not for a long time, but Vexel, he just needed one touch here from his teammate DC, as there was a great shot. Vexel fighting the back of the net, right bottom corner, as, really great shot from him, honestly, from there.
Yeah, what a screamer. 127 that ball goes in at. I've not seen such a fast shot in all of these playoffs so far. And 1-0 to Incendia Inferno, the team that needs to win this game to try and force a 7th and deciding game. DC looking for this shot, that one's too central and will be stopped by Pichu. Cool now looking to drag the ball over the top. Zandem has missed it. Here's a chance for Pichu off the crossbar. Waffle's going to look for it from the rebound. There's still danger in front of the net. FONECKS Inferno trying to create something to tie the game up. Vexel, early challenge there, diverts the ball into their own corner. DC tries to clear it but misses the ball. Pichu gets in for a shot. Zandem up quickly to make the block. FONECKS Inferno going for this equaliser soon after they've conceded, but Incendia Inferno's defence is much improved on the start of the series. Of course, as I say that, there's a double whiff in front of the net, but it's not going to cost them.
Yeah, not so far. Great read by Ku, a great dunk on his opponent. Half-time remained pretty much through 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Ku taking it all by himself. First getting the first touch, then the second touch, which is a great dunk on his opponent, as it will be FONECKS Inferno back in this game. Is all equalized, all open terms in this game number 6. Incendia Inferno, of course, it is their game to win, to send this game, the series rather, to a game number 7. Still have a chance of getting the Division 3 title, but so far I have to say FONECKS Inferno are looking stronger in this game than Incendia Inferno. Incendia Inferno looks like they're just stuck in their half a little bit by FONECKS Inferno, but so far, it's going quite decent for FONECKS Inferno. It is all equalized, but it's definitely a much better game for FONECKS Inferno than the last one we've seen from them.
Yeah, these FONECKS players are looking to write themselves into the history books, and Cool is going to do just that, adding the second goal for FONECKS Inferno. Just reverses in to collect the ball at the halfway line, barrels for a 50, and that's enough. Nobody else was back on the line there, and FONECKS Inferno have the lead with 2 minutes to go. They are 2 minutes away from winning the Division 3 title. Incendia Inferno have got to produce a response. They've done pretty well on these quick kickoff answers, but they're not going to get one this time. Cool trying to drag the ball clear. DC makes the interception. Zandem tried to push in early for the challenge. Ball will roll along the ground now for Vexel to take on. DC helping it forwards, but Cool blocks down again at the halfway line. That is wonderful work to keep the ball away from their own goal.
Yeah, FONECKS Inferno only 1 minute and 30 seconds away from the Division 3 title. Of course, we have seen these players playing for the ECC for a very long time already. And nearly they have got themselves a title here in the Division 3. Cool on the sidewall. All he has to do is, try to remain possession, which he doesn't. He gives possession away to Incendia Inferno. Pichu, a little bit of an awkward hit in front of his own goal, it falls. But now still DC taking out taking it up with this ball off to the sidewall. Vexel into the corner. All the pressure needs to come from them from now on. Cool has had an incredible game, 2 great goals from him, getting a lead, a 1-goal lead here for FONECKS ONFIRNO, but definitely we all see the difference here for FONECKS ONFIRNO after the super sub from Pichu. Now Vexel into the middle, send them as a free shot. Oh, it looks like it's an own goal. It will be the second for Incendiary Inferno. It will be Zendam with the goal, but definitely if a player from FONECKS ONFIRNO wasn't there to touch it, it definitely wouldn't have been a goal.
Really painful to concede there. Waffle turns the ball into his own net off of the bounce. There wasn't too much that he could do about it, but you could make a case for the positioning being poor. Regardless, it's 2-2. Incendiary Inferno now need another goal to try and force the 7th game, but they've pulled themselves back level. The pressure is still on them, but maybe not quite as heavily as it was just now. FONECKS ONFIRNO will have to come forwards again and try and score the goal that wins them the Division 3 title. Waffle looking centrally, but nobody's home on the front. Vexel will clear up to the halfway line now, kept in by Incendia. DC into the corner. There will be an opportunity in here from the middle. Cooler's got no boost in front of the net. DC picks up a demo on Waffle, and here it comes in front for DC! With 13 seconds left, Incendia have the lead.
No way, Incendia Inferno. They're going for it. They're going for the game number 7. It's pretty much all that's left to do here for them, but that's a great goal there by DC. Probably deciding this game, but still it's 13 seconds to go. So still everything can happen. But FONECKS ONFIRNO thought they maybe had the victory after being 2-1 up. But well, Incendiary Inferno, great comeback from them. But can they finish it off? 3 seconds to go in this game. When it drops, we of course go to game number 7, which we are going to have Incendiary Inferno, winners of game number 6, and game number 7. Division 3 Grand Final, seed number 2 FONECKS ONFIRNO against seed number 4 Incendiary Inferno. It's gonna be a close one. It's pretty much, all the games have to be close except of, I think, the second game of this series. But Incendiary Inferno, they're doing quite a good job here. He's sending this series to game number 7. It has been a great game. It has been a really, really good goal there by DC as well in the end. And they're going for it. Game number 7 is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, what a rally from Incendiary Inferno there to take this game 6. It wasn't looking too likely. The majority of the game was dominated by FONECKS ONFIRNO in terms of possession in midfield and clear-cut chances at goal. But in the last minute of the game, Incendiary Inferno came into top gear when they needed to. And all 3 of their players got involved in the offense, as opposed to a FONECKS ONFIRNO side where Cool scored a couple of good individual goals, but Waffle, no shots on target for them. Pichu failing to score on 3 shots after they'd come into the series with such a strong performance. It's a little worrying for them, their lack of offense heading into game 7, because their defense, I think, has always been an exposable point, and their offense is what really got them through the first couple of games of this series. So we're going to head into a 7th game now. I couldn't tell you which way it's going to go, but Incendiary Inferno, of course, they've got the momentum of taking the last couple of game wins.
Well, 9 weeks of league play, and of course this playoffs weekend, and it all comes down to this single game to decide who's going to be the Division 3 Grand Champion here of the ECC season number 9. Game 7 has kicked off here as Waffle in the corner, a little bit awkward. DC here with the chance already early on in this game number 7. Waffle will still take it by himself. Vexel with the challenge though. You now see Waffle rushing back, demoing Vexel actually. As he Zendam trying to create an opportunity for FONECKS ONFIRNO. DC going up for this. 50 boost to work with. Cool will probably beat him. Now will whiff the ball. Vexel with the shot. A great save by Pichu. Early pressure from Incendiary Inferno. Not being rewarded as of yet. Maybe now. It is a shot again. Away from Pichu. Off the backboard. Waffle missing the ball as well. Incendiary Inferno getting the first goal of game number 7.
Yeah, I think it was about time after a couple of the chances that they had. Ridiculous save there made by Pichu on the initial shot, but that one was an easy tap-in for DC, and they'll take any of those that they can get in Game 7 of this Grand Final. Incendiary Inferno, the underdogs, the 4th seed, they lead in the 7th game. FONECKS ONFIRNO will have to produce a response, and this is looking pretty good for that. Waffle with a huge shot, and Zandam somehow turns it out. The defense, the saves that we're seeing from both of these teams have just gotten better and better over the series. That is another world-class stop, but FONECKS ONFIRNO continue to pile forwards. They want this goal. They want it sooner rather than later. Pichu was hoping to take over, but instead it's DC to clear from the ceiling, perhaps looking for Vexel. Ball will come down towards the front of the net. Cool stepping up to make the clear.
Of course, we have seen FONECKS ONFIRNO being 3-2 up in this series and games. Well, This is going to be a goal for FONECKS Inferno. A bump coming out in the goal for Incendia Inferno. Well, I wanted to say that FONECKS Inferno were, of course, 3-2 up. Had some lives left to win this series. Not even in Game 7, but in the end, it is into a Game 7. Pichu will get the first goal for FONECKS Inferno. 3 minutes, 41 seconds to be played still in this Game 7. This end-to-end gameplay, we have seen some very close games. This Game 7, it can't get any closer than this.
Well, there's a ball dangerously in front of the net. Zandem, another save by Pichu. Ridiculous stuff. Incendia continue their attack into the far corner. DC is up there for it, but Cool will get this all the way clear. Might even continue to drag the ball forwards as they get a demo in the corner. Zandem's clear as a weak one. That frees up a shooting angle for Pichu. Saved by DC this time. Waffle drops one down in front. Looked for the dunk too. Not going to get it, and so it's Zandem to take over. Flicked past one defender, couldn't beat the second. Vexel, as we approach the 3-minute mark of Game 7, all tied up. FONECKS Inferno found the equaliser after DC gave Incendia the lead. This is so tightly fought at the moment.
Yeah, I can't predict who's going to win this series, this game number 7. It is end-to-end gameplay. It is pretty much equal shot, honestly, between the two teams, actually. It's been really, really close. It's been, you know, both teams are so close to each other. Of course, it is a Game 7, but this Game 7 can't get any closer than this either. It's a 1-all scoreline as the ball is being popped up here in front of the goal of FONECKS Inferno. It's being shot wide, though. Waffle can get the clear. Zandem tries to get it back to his own teammate. It will be Vexel just getting it away out from his own goal. Well, it's going to be shot here by Pichu. It will be saved by Zandem. Pichu will still go to the ball into the corner. Waffle will try to get the ball into that same corner again. And I see Zandem cross his own goal, really composed by him, but it still works out for him. Zandem doesn't go to the ball as Pichu will just take it over from him. DC goes up for it. A whiff again from a FONECKS Inferno player. We've seen that at the first goal from Incendia Inferno already. And the time is kind of ticking for both of these teams. 2 minutes to go. Well, both of these teams need to play very, very composed. Not making any mistakes, because one mistake can be crucial and can cost you the Division 3 grand title.
Shots are 10-7 at the moment in favour of Incendia. They look the more likely to score. That was a big chance for them. DC got over the top of a defender but couldn't turn their shot on target. We have 90 seconds to go in this Game 7. Will the winner be in regulation, or will we have an overtime to finish off the Division 3 season? These players are trying to find that out, and you can tell that the pressure is getting to them at the moment. This is so intense. Someone is going to make themselves a hero in the next few minutes of real time. Pichu potentially in behind the defenders here. Zandem will recover, but misses from the ceiling. Vexel will have to clear. Pichu trying to keep the ball in the offensive third, and Cool will help it on from the corner, directs it downwards towards the centre. Vexel will be credited with a save for that. Final minute.
Final minute of gameplay. Game number 7, a potential overtime is coming up if none of these teams are able to score here. Shot coming in. That's a great shot actually off the crossbar though. Rebound being prevented as well. Vexel though still tries to go for something. DC miss from him. Zandem still tries to keep up with the pressure, but Incendia Inferno not able to score in the last minute of this match so far. Maybe they can still get it after Pichu even here with the ball. A bump here coming on Waffle in the goal as well. Yeah, Incendia Inferno not being able to score from this. 25 seconds to go. The time is kind of ticking, but it might be going to a Game 7 overtime as well. These teams are making it really interesting for us. DC though in the corner tries to create something here. If you score now, you would be the hero of Division 3. But well, of course, if you make a big mistake, well, you're not gonna forget it any time soon. Now it's gonna be the last chance for Incendia Inferno. A big whiff. Vexel though with the shot. It will be Game 7 overtime, Herbie. And as this Game 7, it can't get any closer than this.
Absolutely not. Doesn't get any closer. One goal wins you the Division 3 title. Who's going to get it? It might be Pichu. Sends it towards the net. Vexel will get up above the backboard to make the stop. Now carrying the ball forwards on the counter-attack. Only one defender back for FONECKS. Waffle is going to get it clear. Zandem from the ceiling puts it back into the mixer. Pichu clears to the halfway line, and Vexel will take it straight back, looking for the drag from the air. Drops the ball down in front of the net, and Waffle will get that as far as the halfway line. Cool blocks down from the ceiling. Pichu trying to keep the attack moving forwards. Cool might be in here, puts the shot on target, and DC will make the stop. 30 seconds gone of overtime, chances at both ends. Zandem lifts it in, gets the bump. Cool makes the first save. Vexel is there! Wins Division 3 for Incendia Inferno. They are the champions.
Division 3 done and dusted. FONECKS Inferno not being able to win this overtime. Incendia Inferno are your Division 3 champions after, well, a banging grand final, I have to say. Game number 7, but not even that. An overtime in game 7, which concludes Division number 3. Incendia Inferno winning this series in the game number 7. And, well, it has been a great series for, definitely for the neutral watcher as well. And, it has been a really close game between these both teams. In the end, Incendia Inferno, seed number 4, coming out of this, out of league play. Number 4, last place seeded. Well, in the end, they win it all. Seeds doesn't matter anytime soon, as Incendia Inferno will just get it. We'll get it in game 7, and we'll take Division 3 home.
Well, what a game. What a game, what a series, and what a Division 3 playoffs overall as well. Incendia Inferno, the 4th seeds, make the lower bracket run all the way up to the final. They take down FONECKS Inferno, rallying from behind. FONECKS Inferno led the series 3-1, but they couldn't close it out. And you have to say Incendia deserved it on the back of this Game 7 performance as well. I mean, you take 17 shots on target in the 7th game. Some of them are going to go in, and eventually one of them did in the OT. Fully deserved victory, and congratulations to the Incendia organisation, actually, doubling up, winning both Divisions 4 and 3. What a weekend this has been for them.
Yeah, but with that said, it's not over yet, as we do have an interview with the MVP of Division 3 playoffs, which you can actually vote for now in the poll. So vote for Zendem, Vextilt, or DC as your MVP of Division 3. We will be going into a 5-minute break, and after that, we will be having an interview with your choice of MVP.
All I need is 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. Let me give it a one last shot. Will I ever get through to you? Oh, am I wasting my time? Should I leave for the night? It's unclear at the moment. Can you give me a sign? I'm here trying and trying. I need 10 more minutes with you. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope by now. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope. I need 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. Yeah, I just wanna go back home. Can't do this anymore. I can't get through to you, so what the fuck am I fighting for? Were all those rumors true? Or were you trying to get a rise out of me? A rise out of me? Or I don't wanna make it all about me again. And I don't even know half the things you said. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope by now. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope. I need 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. 10 more minutes, or 10 more minutes with you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ECC Season 9 Division 3. We've just ended the playoffs, but we do have a winner here. We have Incendia Inferno winning this season's Division number 3. And we actually have one of the players in our call right now. Vexil, welcome. How are you feeling right now?
I'm very, very happy with the result and shaking a lot. But yeah, happy with the win.
So you came back from 2 games down in the series to take the victory, 3-1 down overall after the 4th game. Was there any conversations that happened between your roster before the beginning of the 5th game that maybe just turned things around for you?
Well, so like we was very down, but like we all just stepped up and said, "This is what we've been working towards the whole season, and that if we lose, but we have to give it our all." And I think it paid off, and we did really well. Really happy.
So next season, it's going to be Division 2 for you guys. So how do you think you're going to do in Division 2? Of course, Division 3, you ended in a 4th place in league play. So Division 2, even though you ended in 3rd place in Division 3 league play, you won playoffs. So Division 2 league play, how do you think you're going to do in that?
Well, so over the season, me and the boys are going to be practicing really, really hard. And I think we'll do perfectly fine and maybe even get the dub in Division 2.
Well, your playstyle in this series overall, I think, and even the series before it against Disconnected, was quite demo heavy. Would you say that that's a big part of your strategy? And will you actually carry it into Division 2, or will you look to change up your tactics in the higher skill rank?
Well, so that was the plan because we knew FONECKS especially were going to be very demo heavy with Weevil. We didn't notice that, and it really got us in the first game. But we didn't let it affect us in the second game, and we did really well. So we had DC on demos mainly to focus on being aggressive, and it did pay off, and we will try to be carrying it into the Division 2 next season.
Thank you very much, Vexel. Of course, Game 7 overtime winner in the Division 3 playoffs final. Is there anything you want to say to the stream, Vexel?
I just want to say a big shout out to Ocean, the head of Incendia, my teammates, of course, and Nitro from Division 4. Been a big help this season, and I'm very happy to say we're ECC champs.
Vexel, the winner of Division 3 this season. Thank you very much for this interview. Another Incendia team winning the playoffs. Of course, yesterday we saw Incendia Flames winning Division 4, and today it's going to be Incendia Inferno winning Division number 3. So once again, thank you very much and congratulations to you and your team. So that's everything done for Division 3 this season. I want to thank everyone for watching, everyone in the production as well, helping to make a stream happening for this season here in Division 3. Of course, next weekend we'll be back with Division 1 and Division 2 playoffs. Even more brackets in there, 2-day brackets for both of those divisions. So you want to stay tuned for that. Of course, thank you to all of our sponsors as well, Valor and Game King, who are helping to provide a prize pool this season. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next weekend.